Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Steve, and if you're new here, let me tell you what we're all about. So this channel is for gamers by gamers. We review games, react to gameplays, and sometimes even post our own gameplays. So tonight we're tracking a big one. It's called Ghost of Tsushima, one of the new games that's launched in recent years, and that this game has been hyped. People call it a masterpiece, a love letter to samurai culture, and one of the best open world games ever made. Is it really worth it? Is it even good? Is it bad? What about it? Well, we're gonna figure this out in today's video. So grab your katana, grab your popcorn, grab something and just sit tight. And again, today what we're gonna do is first we'll talk about the game, what it's all about. We're going to talk about the combat, the story, the character in the open world, and we'll touch on some of the most subtle flaws that you might not have noticed. And finally we'll wrap it up with a conclusion, if you should even try it or not. Okay, so now with that being said, let's get started. Is set in 13th century Japan during the Mongol invasion of Tsushima Island. You play as a Jin Sakai, a samurai who's one of the last defenders of his homeland. The Mongols, led by the cunning and ruthless Khotun Khan, have devastated the island, leaving Jin and a handful of survivors to pick up the pieces. Jin starts the game as a traditional samurai, bound by a strict code of honor. But as the Mongols continue their brutal conquest, he realizes that fighting honorably won't be enough to save his people. And that's where the game's central conflict comes in. Jin must decide whether to stick to the samurai code or to embrace more conventional, dishonorable tactics to become the Ghost. The story takes you to across a sprawling open world filled with the lush forest, golden fields, and war-torn villages. Along the way, you'll meet a cast of characters who each have their own struggle and motivation, from Yuna, a thief who helps and embraces his new identity, the Lord Samurai, Jin's uncle, and the embodiment of samurai tradition. The game tries to explore themes of loyalty, sacrifices, and the cost of war. On paper, it does sound like an epic tale of heroism and mortal conflict. You're not just fighting to save Tsushima, but you're also fighting for Jin's soul. But does the game deliver on the ambitious premise? Well, let's just say it's a mixed bag. Now that you know what the game is all about, let's dive into the cracks beneath its shiny surface. Now the first one is combat mechanics. So let's start with the gameplay, because that's where the cracks really starts to show. At first the combat feels exciting. You've got stances, parries, and a whole arsenal of tools, but after a few hours you realize it's all just the same. Every fight boils down to parry, counter, repeat. It's like the game is daring you to fall asleep mid-battle. And trust me, I did sleep. So I started this game at some time, and after 2 hours of gameplay, I immediately fell to the bed. And really, you won't believe it. You might not believe it, but I woke up after 16 hours of sleep. This game was so dead. Anyway, the stealth, boy, it's like borrowed it from a 2005 game and forgot to update it. So the AI is so dumb. You can practically tap them on the shoulder before they notice you. You don't get me started on the wind chimes. Half of the time, the game just alert everyone instead of distracting them. It's like the game is trolling you. Well, it feels like, I mean, in the real world, if you were to play stealth like this, forget about the ones that are close. Even if somebody's standing 10 miles from you, would be able to notice you. But here in this game is so stupid. It feels like there are 10 people in the room, and you step into the same room with your stealth mode on, and nobody's noticing you. You're hiding. It's like an elephant hiding behind a tree, thinking that nobody's seeing it. That's the kind of stealth the game has. In case if you haven't played it, it's probably the worst stealth I've ever seen. Now talk about story. Jin Sakai, a samurai, has to abandon his code of honor to fight the Mongol invaders. Sounds epic. Well, it's not. The story is so predictable, you can see every twist coming from a mile away. The characters don't help either. Jin is about as interesting as the characters. They're just here to give you fetch, quest, wasted time, talk about honor, and some other garbage. Even the villain Khotun Khan feels underwhelming. He's supposed to be a terrifying warlord, but spends most of the game sitting around and waiting for you to show up. Pathetic characters. Well, forget about the side characters, even the hero, that's us. It's just so boring. There's one of the other thing that you need to focus on. I think the game thought in the first place that the only people that are going to be following or playing this game are the ones that are real samurai. But let me tell you, one of the game's biggest selling point is to focus on samurai culture, but instead of feeling authentic, it comes across as preachy and outdated. The game keeps hammering you with flashbacks of Jin's uncle lecturing him about honor. It's like, we get it, dude. Honor is important. Can we move on now and talk about something else? Maybe practicality. Maybe how about we kill some bunch of people and win this game? How about that? The moral is just laughable. The game criticizes Jin for using stealth tactics, but it's totally fine with him slaughtering hundreds of enemies in open combat. Like, what is the logic here? Is stabbing someone in the back really worse than cutting them in half with a katana? Like, think about it. So the Jin, the guy says, you don't want to surprise an enemy with a surprise attack. You want to come out in open and you want to tell them, you want to call them out and then you want to kill them. Like, what does honor have to do with all of that? Now there's another thing Ghost of Tsushima gets it right. It's the visuals. The game is absolutely stunning. It feels beautiful. It feels so great. I mean, more than playing game, you want to stay in that very scenic location and you want to just hang out here and there. That's the only good thing about the game. The landscape, the lightning, the dynamic weather, it's all gorgeous. But here's the thing, great graphics don't make a great game. The open world, while beautiful, often feels empty. Most of the side quests are just repetitive fetch missions and the most high persona mode. It's a cool gimmick, but it doesn't add anything meaningful to the gameplay. It's like putting a fancy frame around a mediocre painting. Now let's talk about some of the other flaws. The game's pacing is all over the place. The main story drags and the side quests feel like filler. And there's a lack of enemy variety. You'll be fighting the same types of enemy over and over again, which gets old fast. And let's not forget about the glitches, from birds flying into walls to your horse randomly eating itself off cliffs. The game has its fair share of bugs. It's like the developers spent all their time on graphics and forgot to polish the gameplay. So, is Ghost of Tsushima a masterpiece? Honestly, no. It's a game that looks amazing in screenshots and trailers, but when you actually play it, the flaws become impossible to ignore. The combat is repetitive, the story is boring, and the characters are forgettable. It's a classic case of style over substance. But here's the thing, I get why people love this game. It's a visual feast. For some player that's enough, but for me a great game needs more than just pretty graphics. It needs engaging gameplay, a compelling story, and not a whole lot of story. There's one more thing that I felt, that this game felt like a movie, not like a game. In the sense, 95% of the time of the game, you're just watching stories. You don't have the control of the game 95% of the time. It's only 5% when you're fighting, when you're doing something. And that too, it's so bullshit. I think probably making a movie would have been a better choice. Alright, and at the end of the day, Ghost of Tsushima is like a samurai movie with a bad script. It's all flesh and no substance. If you're looking for a truly great samurai experience, you're better off watching a movie. But hey, that's my take. What do you think? Is Ghost of Tsushima a masterpiece or is it overrated? Let me know in the comment below. And if you enjoyed the video, or even if you didn't, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.